A weird word. The first one that popped in my head that I would like to incorporate into one of the episodes this season would have to be Cthulhu for some reason. I just popped up in my head, just an animated picture of him. And I think that would be interesting to put into the game of Survivor.
Quixotic. And it means, being imaginative and maybe a little bit fantastical and kind of a daydreamer. And I think that's kind of me. I've imagined this moment a million times. I feel like I am a quixotic person and that I'm always kind of toggling between being grounded here in the moment and being like up in the clouds, just imagining a fantastic world. And so that'll be my word.
I'm gonna find that joint, and that joint's gonna be an idol. Cause I'm from Philly. Enough said.
Joytastic. It's just the first word that comes to mind. It has the word joy and it has half of fantastic in it, and it's just exciting and fun and a little bit spunky and interesting, and it's the first word that comes to mind.
I think one of the words that I'll try to integrate into the episode that's kind of weird is fluctuate, because fluctuate has so many awesome ways that you can use the word, and it's also just something that makes you sound way smarter than you are. If I say fluctuate, it fluctuates, this vote, it's going to fluctuate. That doesn't really make sense, but it sounds like I know what I'm talking about. So that's an easy one. I want to fluctuate the word fluctuate into an episode.
There have been some very weird phrases. Maybe a word I might put in will be rest. It's a word that means a lot to me.
I think everything is gonna be a weird word for me because English is my second language. First of all, hopefully I can remember the whole entire phrase, and then I can work my way into it by saying, hey, you know what? We're actually very hungry, and I think I'm as hungry as a lion that's about to eat a deer in the jungle. And then probably just wait to see if anybody gets me.
I would say the weirdest word, and a word that people don't hear a lot and that they actually like, everybody knows what it is. And someday if I can buy myself a boat, this is what I'm gonna name it. And the word is preposterous. I think that the meaning of the word is fantastic. I think the sound of it, the way people react when they hear it, is something that people would enjoy to hear and see. And hell, if I use it in the game, they'll probably think I have a secret phrase.
Preposterous. I don't know. It sounds like it's something I could fit into a sentence normally anyways. It's just a weird word in general. It's like a longer word. You might just not expect it, but I don't know. I'll throw it in there at some point.
For some reason, the Supercalifragilistic is coming to my mind. I don't know why. Weirdest word I can think of at the moment. I think that might be a pretty obvious one if I had to say it, so I hope I don't. But I think I could work it in if I had to.
I'll choose my favorite word. I would try to work in the word bucolic because it's my favorite word. It's kind of like pastoral and anything relating to farm life. And yeah, a bucolic life is like a peaceful farm life.
I'm gonna go with dangly doodly. I don't think it's a real word, but both of my kids, we play this game on the trampoline where we're jumping around, and they'll just yell dangly doodly at me, and I'll get all crazy and aggressive and start throwing them around and everything. So I'm gonna try and work dangly doodly into a confessional or into tribal council somehow.
I've definitely thought of planting little Easter eggs into my life out on the island, I guess, that are just more relating to my life at home for when my friends and family and boyfriend see these. So, I mean, this isn't really a weird word that people can perk up to and be like, oh, maybe she just said a weird phrase and maybe she might have some sort of advantage hiding. But for me, if I were to get a chicken, for example, if our tribe was to be rewarded a chicken, I would probably name it after one of my very best friends, just because me and my friends, we all just kind of shoot the shit with each other. So if I get if I get a chicken, I'm probably gonna name it April or Nadia. Those are the names of my two best friends. And this sounds really gnarly, but obviously we're gonna end up having to kill and eat the chicken. So it's gonna be an interesting situation. I'll be like, oh, April died. Okay, that sucks.
Me and my girls are coming up with some funny things just to randomly say, and even if there isn't such a challenge on there, just to kind of spook the rest of the tribe that I might be up to something, but they could backfire. Maybe I'll work in Das Alpenhaus. It's a German delicatessen in Boise, Idaho. That's awesome. And maybe I'll work in Das Alpenhaus somewhere.
With these new, weird Survivor phrases, I think one of the words that I might play around with and use to like throw out there is, this is gonna sound so random, but beluga, like a beluga whale. It's an inside joke, one with my wife and I. I don't know, like it's just, and I don't know if anyone remembers the Baby Beluga song, but that's just that's what's been on my mind recently. And anytime I think of belugas, I think of my wife, just because it's so hilarious. So I'm gonna figure out a way to use it to throw people off and try to find some kind of metaphor to go with it.
So a weird word I might try to sneak in, maybe lagniappe, which is something we say in New Orleans a lot. It means a little something extra. So that wouldn't be super weird and out of place. Like I could work it into something, but it's still something that most of these people probably never say in their daily lives.
Flabbergasted. I think that would definitely be my word to kind of work into a conversation and work into my survival technique of how I want to win this game.